Hello and welcome to another MCO update on Ethereum. Ethereum continues to be in this sideways consolidation pattern we have been observing here on this chart. On the daily chart, the support area is unchanged, so we're still looking at a support area highlighted here in orange, which is defined between 1,618 and $2,178. It's our main support area. And it is the area that must hold to keep the overall uptrend potential alive on this chart. I'm talking about an uptrend that could continue once this correction that we're currently dealing with, and yes, also a consolidation is corrective. Yeah, it's not impulsive. So once this is over, this B wave, which might be more or less steep. I mean, for now, there is no evidence that the C wave has started. But once it's over, it should take us higher towards, I would say, $5,000 plus. As long as, there are always if-then conditions, as long as the $1,618 level holds. And then we can get a C-wave rally to the upside, which, as I said, could take us into the blue zone. We can calculate targets more precisely once we get more price data. At the moment, there is an area there we can use for orientation, but don't see it, please, as a fixed target area. I mean, it is an area for orientation, but we can narrow it down even more when we get closer. Let's first see if the bulls can actually hold a higher low in this pullback, in the next pullback, because we don't really have a deep pullback. Ethereum has been holding up quite well, especially compared to many other charts. Please always remember that the move up from the 2022 low is, let's say, only a diagonal pattern. So it's a very limited structure. The structure is limited, the interpretation is limited to a diagonal pattern, and diagonal structures that we've seen so many of in this cycle are very, very unreliable. That has to do with Bitcoin's long-term chart. I mentioned that many times. We are not in a structure that can be trusted. We are probably in the late stages of a long-term bull market for Bitcoin, and that reflects in sentiment of the other charts. Now, looking at the shorter time frame, the price is still in this range that started in May. You see the support area here I just mentioned, and there are two interpretations I see as likely. The first one is that we are currently in the white scenario and we're forming an ABC structure. I find that quite likely. In this case, however, the B wave pullback is likely not finished, and we're dealing with the A wave now. The B wave could be next, and then a C wave down. That might stretch out a little bit further. So maybe what I've just shown here to you is only the A wave of a larger B wave. Then we get another B and another C before we continue to move higher eventually. The other scenario is that all of this, which I like, that interpretation I like as well. So both are bullish. That this is an ABC structure and we are in the late stage of this correction because all of this sideways action was actually the B wave. So these are two possible interpretations. However, in both cases, I still see this correction as still unfolding until I see a first reliable 1-2 setup to the upside, because so far I haven't got any reliable bottoming confirmation here. Now, within this structure then, the question is, this initial move down from the 11th of June high, we only have 3 waves down, right? Now an A wave can be 3 waves or 5 waves. If we continue to press higher, break above 2,600, that would be our signal that the B wave has started. And then we can get a C wave down. If we get one more low directly, that's fine as well. Then the B wave would start afterwards. So the $2,600 level at the moment allows us to understand whether the B wave has already started or not. I think it's quite likely it started already. I think we might still see a bit of an extension here. There is at least no evidence that the 5th wave down has started. So my view is there is a good chance we're already in the B wave, but it would take a break above $2,600 to confirm that further. So that's the update on Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.